Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I am your host, Gavin, and we are joined here today by, well, at least two and one blank screen. We're joined here today by everyone's favorite piece of shit, Boyd. Boyd, how are you, my friend?
I'm going good, mate. I'm on my self-righteous little pedestal, fucking loving the week that we've just had, and looking forward to chatting to you boys and our star guest for today.
It's a really difficult situation for both Nate and I, because there's nothing better than watching you fall off your fucking pedestal flat on your face. But on the other hand, we want you to continue to be right. But Nate, from all the way from sunny, humid, stinking Singapore, how are you, my friend?
Good. Got my breakfast beers, got out of bed early, been ready. It's great to see Boyd put some effort in and using an actual fucking laptop for a change. This is probably the most professional effort he's ever put into the show in, 5-6 years? Yeah,
let's just wait and see what the content holds. And, of course, we've got a special guest here today. He's been bugging me to get back onto the pod. He said, it's been too long. I don't want to get on with Boyd, but I just want to get back on. Dano, all the way from Cairns. How are you, mate? Thanks so much for jumping on with us tonight.
And there's those technical issues we're talking about.
Technical issues. Dano's frozen. As soon as we went to...
He's just death staring you, mate.
He's just death staring me because I spoke about you. Is it because it was my comment about you? Is that
obviously
right?
Obviously.
Yeah, of course it was. Good to see old mate Cheesy McShuttlenuts finally make a return to the chat. Thank you for joining us. Do we ever start on time? No. Generally, because as we're about to press go live, Boyd needs to go and take a dump.
It's a true story.
Oh, Cheesy's from Canada. I thought Canadians were nice. Boyd, do you still hate Devin Booker?
No, never did. Never did. Fuckhead.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for joining us. Yes, I know someone was on the street.
Man, this is fucked.
This is fantastic. Can we just start this again? Just roll that intro. Total redo.
I love it. It's fantastic. Don't know if you've got a fan on, mate, just turn that one off, I think. Oh, he's gone. Right. Gents, let's try and get this back on track now. We'll hopefully Dane will be able to sort that back out and jump back in. But it's about that time.
Hey, look, don't worry, Brick. We got your back, okay? First things first, we need to get you a little protection. There it is. Brian Fantana's glorious cabinet of condoms.
Let's wrap up the week of Suns basketball since we were on last Sunday. 4 games we have to cover. Boyd was correct and we were wrong, Nate. Clippers, 114 to 103 win. Devin Booker, 21 points. Devin Booker, 10 rebounds. Devin Booker, 9 assists. It's like reading out the Brownlow votes, and it's just Christmas. Carlton. Versus the Pelicans next at home, a 121 to 98 win. Grayson Allen, 42 points. Mark Williams with 7 rebounds, and Dizzy Gillespie with 5 assists. Then at Dallas, 123-114 win. Book with 26, Nick the Dick Richards, 7 rebounds, Book with 5 assists. And then, of course, against Indiana, the most recent game, Book with 33 points, Jordan Goodwin not Jordan Goodwin, by the way, 9 rebounds, and Book 7 assists. Boyd, how did you see the week?
I saw it. I saw it, mate. I saw it last week. I saw it this week, the way that this week was. I saw it last week. I predicted it, boys. I'm telling you, just jump on my bandwagon, and I'll take you all to glory. Get out of your negative fucking holes, boys.
Do you want to give us some sort of analysis of the week, Boyd? What did you see of the week instead of just talking about yourself?
I was talking to Dane late last night, and we're in on the championship already. We're fucking
Yep, my word.
His word, mate. Yeah, look, there's a lot of chat around the social media about it being an easy run, but from what all the national pundits said, every single game this season was not going to be easy for the Phoenix Suns. We were going to be fucking dead last in some people's eyes. So I thought it was a really good building week, and I think that we got to see what this team looks like when shots are sinking. And I think that was one part of our game, Gavin, that you were particularly critical on in them losses that we had, was the shots just aren't falling. The ball's getting to the right places, but the shots weren't falling. So we've seen what it looks like when shots fall, and that'll obviously temper down a little bit. It'll come back down to earth a little bit, but we hopefully we find that happy medium. I mean, may not necessarily be blowing teams out by fucking the amounts that we have, but comfortable wins still, hopefully, on our agenda. Now, this week's games, Pacers, we fucking absolutely destroyed them pricks, and we saw Chippy Book, and I fucking, oh man, that instead after last year's we're just chilling sort of vibes. You remember all the rhetoric around them comments, the whole KD. You like that shit, Nate? The whole KD influence on the team is fucking. I feel like it's a thing of the past, and there's comments that Booker's making after games that are about, previously if there's an issue on the court, we'll fucking, if kind of said that last season we get bogged down in that. Now we're just on to the next play, and we're not going to sleep. We're not doing the KD thing like whinging at refs at the fucking other end of the court. We're fucking getting back and playing defense. So it's that was really cool to see that chippiness side out of Book. He's made me eat my words this week. And yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. But again, let's see what it looks like with some tougher competition, and let's keep this fucking ball rolling.
Nate, how'd you see the week, my friend? We've lost Dane again.
Thanks, Cheesy McShuttle-nuts there for that comment too. Yeah, look, fuck, it was a great week. Let's not go into all the individual games because we could drag this on for ages, but from an overview, the best part of the week was watching all the media, all the fan base change their rhetoric, Boyd, but change the script. Like everyone got on board with the Suns are not the shit team we're expected to be. And I think there's regardless of whether you call it a weak run, like I think we said that if there was any chance we're going to hit 4 in a row with this team, it's this week with the injuries in the lineup and whatnot. And to Boyd's credit, his 4-0 prediction finally came right. We're on a nice little run. And there was quite a few highlights through the week too. If you want to drill down from an overall perspective into individual players, I mean the Grayson Allen game with the threes and the 42 points and 27 minutes or something. That's just fantastic to watch, though, wasn't it? Or just to see some of the support guys actually shine and not just they didn't look like role players. They looked like, especially Grayson, looked like a bona fide starter. And I actually was going to pose a question here, guys, and just to see where it goes. And it was me not really being on the fence with the amount of minutes this player is getting. And then I actually went through and looked at it. I was like, you know what? I think I've talked myself around. And I was going to ask how we all feel about the level of minutes that Jordan Goodwin is getting. So he's averaging, I think it was 21 minutes a game. I'll rewrite it down. So what he played exceptionally well, to be honest with you. He's averaged between 20 and 23 minutes every game, bar the Clippers game where he only had 13. But that Indy game, holy crap. He got 10 points, 9 boards, 5 assists in 22 minutes. he was a plus 32. And then even you go down to the last games, like Dallas, New Orleans, and the Clippers, he went 13-4-7 on the points, 6-5-1 on the rebounds, 2-4-2 on the assists. And I was just having a look. I don't enjoy watching him play. And at the start of the season when we signed him, I thought he'd be sitting on the end of the bench, playing 3 minutes of garbage time. And I didn't like the first 2 weeks where they were playing him, in my view, way too much. But I stand corrected. I think he's made a valuable contribution for what he's been asked to do. And obviously a very cheap contribution.
Look, if he contributes at the level he's contributing at, I've seen something during the week from Flex from Jersey, who basically made a comparison between what Goodwin's doing in this team so far to Javon Carter in the 2021, and I thought that was a really good comparison. That's a I think from a comparison perspective, it's about spot on. Fact of the matter is, this is the cut and dry of it all. If we're fully healthy, Jordan Goodwin's playing a couple of minutes a game tops. And I don't think that he's done anything that would see him overtake the minutes of Colin Gillespie or anyone else up that tree. So it's great that he could step up with that. And we've heard it a lot from the Suns over the last couple of weeks. That next man mentality thing, Jordan Goodwin's, he's filling that role. But the great thing is I think Goodwin sort of understands and knows that anyway. He knows once Jalen Green comes back, he's going to be at the back end of the bench rotation. But all he has to do is when he gets his opportunities, contribute, and that's what he's doing.
I feel like at the start of the season, though, when he got his opportunity, he was trying to make it more about him too much. Like he was trying to do too much on the court. I think that what we saw last week was a completely different style of play from him. Like to your point, Dad, he's got his opportunity, but he knows where he fits in the team. He knows he's going to get those minutes now till Jalen Green comes back. It looks like he's playing the team game, and by doing so, he's actually looking better and producing better.
Guys, this is very reminiscent of our finals run team, and very much what you said, Gav, the next man up mentality. This is the closest thing that we've seen of that. Now, Goodwin, he's getting some burn, obviously, in Green's absence, but Goodwin, what he's done for mine is he's justified. Now, I had him over Jared Butler, but that was the big decision that we made on Goodwin. Feels like about a month ago. It was Jared Butler or Goodwin. And I think with his performance and the way that he's come in a pinch, or it won't be a pinch, it'll be 6 weeks worth, he's proving that we made the right decision right there. And I think he's also put my mind at ease, is that, there's going to be little niggling injuries that pop up from time to time. And he's shown that he can just jump straight into and have immediate effect and be that hustle guy and not give anything up on the other end of the court, which is something that we struggled with last season.
Gav,
and I think that's an important thing. He's actually contributing at both ends of the court, and I mean it's good that we can give Jordan a little bit of airtime because he has deserved it, especially over this week. But it's not just Jordan Goodwin that's contributing at both ends of the court. This is spread right across this team right now. And even the thing I loved was, all right, the third string got outplayed by the Pacers at the end there, but they were still extending full court when we were 30 points in front. They were still putting that effort in. That hustle was still happening right until the last buzzer. I love that this team's doing that this year.
Oh, yeah.
What about Nick Richards? You pulled him up as a highlight name for some stats earlier, but during that Pacers
it wasn't
game,
a highlight name. He just topped the scoreboard. I'm going to talk about Nick the Dick Richards in our next segment, so maybe we should talk about him there.
No, well, I just wanted to use him as a switch point to Osso, because last week you had Osso as you pull your finger out, right? Mm-hmm. And Nick Richards started for Mark at the center against Indy, only got 13 minutes, and in 13 minutes he got one fucking rebound. Also took all of his minutes, 26 minutes, 17 points, 7 boards, 3 blocks, and 3 steals with 1 personal foul. What a fucking good game for Osso.
You missed the most important stat there, which he was a plus 52, which is equal third highest in NBA history.
Fucking Osso. Also, hey,
Plus
but
minus.
as I said, I'll speak about Nick Richards in our next little segment, shall we?
Sure.
But yeah, also, we asked him to pull his finger out last week, and he delivered. All right, he had a really solid week, highlighted by that Indiana game, and he played really, really well.
Are we wrapping up this segment?
Let's
There's three little notes what's come out in the last week too that obviously the Jalen Green got announced for 4 to 6 weeks turnaround. So we're
not up to that. Why are you jumping ahead so much?
Well, this is a week recap, right?
Oh, Jesus, what's wrong with you?
All right, fine. I'll
Gavin,
say
that's the way he likes things, Nate.
He's got his own fucking idea of how this is going to go. I didn't tell
you. You're one of those people that walk up and down the aisles of a supermarket and don't follow the actual flow of the supermarket, are you? You just pop back and forward into different areas.
Depends which hot chick is in which aisle, yeah.
Just fucking follow where you're supposed to. Jesus Christ, that pisses me. Who was your MVP this week, boy?
I'll give it to Booker. I suppose I'll fucking give
Sorry,
it
who?
Booker. I'm giving it to Devin Booker.
Can you say his full name and put the respect on that name that it deserves?
Armani Booker. Or should I give it to Grayson? There's a fucking argument to be had for Grayson.
Nate, who was your MVP this week?
Right, you mentioned like Brownlow voting before, right? So I actually took that kind of approach, and I saw give a couple of votes for each game. So the Indy game, I gave Book and Brooks the vote. Dallas, I gave Book, Brooks, and GA the vote. Well, New Orleans, obviously, it's Grayson, and the Clippers one is all Book. So that tallied up to 3 for Book, 2 for Brooks, and 2 for GA. So on a statistical level, I would give it to Booker, but you can't give it to him without highlighting what Grayson did against the Pels.
Yeah, Devin Booker was the player of the week. Cheesy loves a bit of Dylan Brooks action. He's all up. Yes, stay tuned for some more special grocery store tips. They're coming later in the show. I'm Book as well. So Book, clean sweep, and well-deserved. He is leading from the front on this team, no matter what fucking Boyd has been saying for weeks. Suns Fever gives it to Book as well. Steve, you're going to get booted from the chat. Anyone who doesn't vote for Devin Booker this week's fucking lost their minds.
What I will say is that a lot of my ridicule for Devin Booker in the previous weeks was around him not taking control of games and taking more shots, right? And being that, and I classed it as being passive, whereas in fact he was, he was trying to get other teammates involved in a passive sort of way. There's no other way that can look. Now the question I pose to you guys is, did he need to keep being the passive and pass first guy during them times, or should he have dug in? Or is this what we're seeing now? Is that a product of him, believing in his teammates and persisting with it?
Look, I think one of the key things, and especially after some of your comments, Boyd, I kind of tried to watch the passiveness a little bit more, because I think we're all frustrated about that in week one in particular. But what I've noticed is I think a lot of us get frustrated because Book's not taking as many shots as he should, but he's passing out of doubles and he's passing into guys that are sitting there wide open and taking shots. The difference is this week is those, or even probably the last 2 weeks, those shots are falling, right? So we were getting more frustrated with passive Book because the shots when he was passing out of the doubles weren't falling in week one. Over the last couple of weeks, they've started falling. So all of a sudden, Book was just as passive. He still didn't. I think he led our team in shot attempts once this week.
Here's the thing: there's a bit of truth on both sides here, because whilst he's been less passive, he's picked his spots better. And I think the team playing better around him has allowed him to be able to do that.
But I think it looks like he's picked his spots better because the shots are falling.
Yeah, that's true as well.
That first week, we really struggled to put the ball in the bottom of the net.
His in some games, his shots taken doubled some of the performances that he had in the earlier parts. So
yeah, no doubt.
He has been more aggressive. but he hasn't totally just gone hogball. He hasn't gone
Yeah.
total fucking, it's only me on this team. He still managed to keep everyone, which is the signs of a true superstar, which is what we have this year, and it's the way it needs to keep going for us. So
This one, and while we're talking about Book being the MVP, this one always gets me, especially on Twitter when people are making comments about whether or not he's had 4 or 5 turnovers in a game. Devin Booker's a shooting guard who's trying to play as a point guard. Some games he has low turnover counts. Some games he'll have 5 or 6 turnovers when that pressure's ramped up a little bit. Sometimes he makes really poor turnovers. But the fact of the matter is that if you go and look at SGA's numbers, he turns the ball over a bit too. Devin Booker is not Chris Paul, people. Chris Paul's entire job is setting the table, and he doesn't do it out of doubles. He does it in one-on-one matchups. We really, really have to stop expecting Devin Booker to have 9 assists and with 1 turnover, because that's not the type of player he is. He is more aggressive than Chris Paul. He plays with more explosiveness. He tries at times to make a more difficult pass, especially I think Book's biggest downfall as a distributor is his cross-court passes. But we even seen this week, and there was a lot of comment on Twitter about it, that he started hitting lobs this week too, which I'm excited about. I really hope that we start to see that pick and roll where the lobs start to come back into the game, because the team looks better, the bench gets up and about. That's where we see the spirit of this team. Who's your Marley Hustle Award winner this week? Nate.
Without going into all the reasons, I had Dylan Brooks was always going to get a consideration from me. This week it was for all the wrong reasons. I honestly, I've got to give it to Jordan Goodwin this week. I was just really impressed with his week, and for someone that I generally look for a reason to shit on, I literally took myself completely around this week. So I'm going to give it to Jordan Goodwin.
Boyd?
Yeah, look, I had the same 2 up, and I should probably give it to Goodwin as well. But here's the thing, there was an immediate, upon Dylan Brooks arriving back on the team, there was an immediate hustle effect from not only himself, but to what he instills into others. I kind of felt there's just a different vibe about the team. There's just a different, they're more, there's a different tenacity. Is that the right word, Nate? There's just something, there is something different in just even Booker. Like when you can instill that type of chippiness, and we saw it with the Pacers, as I mentioned earlier, it just into someone so many levels above you as a like, that's something special. That's something unique in itself. And I just, whilst Goodwin, obviously we have a lower bar for, given his contract and the way he came into the team, he probably outplayed his ceiling as to what we sort of expected. But if you just look at the overall effect from the Hustle Award, for me has to go to Mr. Brooks.
We've got Goodwin or Grayson from Dano. We've got Grayson from Suns Fever. We've got Grayson from Steve. I'm going to give it to someone who has to excel in order to get me to nominate him still, because I'm still not fully 100% on board. I still kind of think he shoots the ball too much. And I've hated him for so long that it's really, really been hard for me to embrace him. But Boyd's spot on. Dylan Brooks changed the way this team played from a hustle standpoint the minute he hit the floor. It was completely different. The reason that our third string's full court pressing, the reason that this team extends opposition teams, the reason we put the foot on the throat of Indiana was Dylan Brooks.
Hey,
fair enough.
The thing I love about Dylan, and I just wish every player should do this. He went out with an issue before the game started, and there was no incident that sort of set him off, and then he started being, a bit of a cunt.
No, he just flat out went that way.
He just cunts at people. It's like, all right, hang on, you're in front. I'm guarding you. You're all right, cunt. All right, it's fucking. I've got a problem.
And we have
with
a look. Let's have a look at the games, right? So the Clippers, Dylan didn't play the Clippers game, did he?
No.
The first one, no.
No. So New Orleans he played, and he got stuck into somebody straight up. I know Dallas he got stuck into Gafford and Gafford ended up getting a flagrant for the elbow back in the face. Then he went straight after TJ McConnell. This bloke just picks out whoever it is that he can wind up the most and goes straight after him.
I think he did play the Clippers game, Gav. I think he played the second one, not the first one.
Oh, that's right. He got chippy with James Harden.
Yeah.
In that game. So we've had a chippiness meter in every game. We should start a Dylan Brooks chippiness meter. Who was the guy that he went after in each of the games and why did he go after him in that game? Because that's what we saw this week.
There was one game I thought he was going to go after one of the fucking cheerleaders. his pre-game ritual is hilarious. He just, when he was on the court and ready to start, he went to his spot at the center court. He was ready for his jump ball, and it just happened there was a cheerleader standing in it. So he stood face to face with her, like about half a foot away, and just stood there and stared at her for about 30 seconds until she got off the fucking court.
He's it's this week it was that's the Dylan Brooks that we need all year. That's why I was happy that we brought him in when we talk about we needed a dog. And obviously when we listen to the American podcast, they often talk about we haven't had a dog since Jay Crowder, even though I didn't think Jay Crowder was a dog. If you listen to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast, we said we needed a cunt. That's what we've got. We got our cunt in, and it is Dylan Brooks, and that's the job he's doing. And there's the comment here from Dana. We needed a cunt. Now we got one. And I did love it. It was funny, the Royce O'Neal, Pascal Siakam one. I think that people probably have a feeling not to mess with Royce. That face that Royce had on when Pascal shoved him in the face, even I sort of went into hiding a little bit. He's a scary looking dude when he gets angry.
Well, the little headbutt there,
Did you guys see Draymond?
Head music was unnecessary.
Yeah, Draymond trying to guard Wemby. It was disgusting.
You ain't Royce, boy. You ain't Royce.
It was posted on Wemby's account too, wasn't it?
Get the fuck out of here. You don't know Royce. Fucking get the fucking Draymond. Who needs to pull their finger out?
Before we move off the hustle, we were going to do the little tech tracking segment.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Noted.
So
talk to me, Nate.
There's 3 points, and that bottom image is one of them this week. So what happened in firstly, three moments worth talking about for this segment. The first one was not the tech foul. That was the delay of game warning, where he headbutted the ball out of bounds after it went in and then just stood there and shocked that he got called for that. What was it? The second one was the double tech with TJ. Bit of a non-event. When I went back and looked at it, I was like, oh, come on. But, yeah, he got a technical there for that one. And then the big one, which is this image at the bottom here, which cost him $20,000, was doing the crutch chop. And when I read up that it was a crutch chop, I thought about you, Gav, for Triple H.
DX action.
Yeah, the DX crew back in WWE. Fucking right there. So anyway, there's his 3 moments for the week. He's on 2 techs for the season, and he is at $20,000.
And a delay of game. And a delay of game. So, Boyd, who needs to pull their finger out?
Oh, fuck. It would have been a nice, easy one to give it to someone like, it's Nick Richards, man. Hey, can I just say with Nick Richards,
Well, you defended him last week and said he was the greatest backup center in the NBA, and I think you're sitting there telling us that you were so right last week, and your prediction about Nick Richards was where I said it was. He's fucking garbage.
Well, he's not, because leading up into that game where he got the start, he actually had a really good performance, and it's like he knew that
against who? New Orleans. They didn't have a center or a power forward.
We've had a pretty soft run regardless. Don't just pull one team's name
I'm
out
talking about direct opponents. You're talking about a game where we played New Orleans, who don't have a center and don't have a power forward. because they're all out to injury. He had 7 rebounds. He's 7'1". He should have had 15 of the fuckers in the first quarter. He got nudged. He got nudged by Andrew Nembhard against the Pacers.
Fuck do you get 1
3
rebound
times.
in a game?
Andrew Nembhard is 6'1", and he out-rebounded him 3 times.
Hey, calm down, mate. I'm not saying he's God's gift. I'm just saying that he played well in that game, and my mind was at ease with him coming in and starting that next game when Marky Mark was out. And I was completely fine with it, but he didn't play to the same standard, regardless of regardless of the opponent that we had, Gavin. He didn't play positionally. He looked a little bit out of whack. He just was a little bit lost and did not have. No, he wasn't the usual.
He's a centre who looked lost.
It wasn't the usual perfectly fine Nick Richards.
Not perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I told you last week he's been hot garbage since the start of the year. We told Oso to pull his finger out. He did. Nick Richards, I also called him out, and he was fucking even worse hot garbage this week.
Nick Richards was better than Oso.
It was like somebody walking your dog past your house, and the dog just takes a big pile of steaming hot shit on your lawn. That's what Nick Richards gave us this week.
Nick Richards.
Cheesy McShuttle Nuts, welcome back. We've missed you. Richards is still better than Nurkic and Plumlee? No, he's fucking not.
Gav, I know you're a little upset right now, but in fairness, Boyd did actually nominate Nick Richards for pull your finger out.
I know, but then he started to defend him, and he made me mad. Don't defend him. Tell him to pull his finger out and fucking get stuck into him.
Gavin holds grudges from previous pods where I've fucking proved him wrong. I've just outclassed the guy. And then as soon as something fucking minute happens with that player or that fucking part of the game in his favor, he just fucking brings it all out like that, like an emotional fucking woman. You fucking girl's dick.
You can't nominate someone to pull their finger out and then defend them.
Hey, I'm a level-headed Suns fans, right? A Suns fan. We're fucking winning the rest of the games. Yeah, everything I say is crystal clear, mate.
Nate.
I think Dano's got a point in the chat there. I've had this guy up for a pull your finger out. He defended that the following week and did pull his finger out, played well. But so I'm not going to give him a full finger. Let's just say he can pull a pinky out. Just nothing too aggressive, just a little quick slide. Ryan Dunn. He did not have a good week. His plus-minus production was actually pretty good. It was plus across the line. But when you look at his points production, Indy 3 points, Dallas 8 points, New Orleans 2 points, LA 6 points. And the amount of minutes he's playing, he got a few rebounds in, but that's why I said it's a pinky, not a full fist. He's not showing us what he did last week. I think he could have more impact. And I just want to hear media talking about, we made the right draft pick and he's going to show more. So he gets my pull your finger out this week.
My pull your finger out is Nick Richards. And Steve, if you want to hear more about Woolies etiquette, Nick Richards as a 7-footer isn't even fucking good enough to get something off the top shelf of Woolies for someone who's too short to reach it, Nate.
Thanks.
Nick Richards is the only piece in this roster, and I'll calm down and I'll tell you my true opinion now, Boyd. I just wanted to wind you up. Nick Richards, the only piece in this roster that hasn't bought in. That's what I see. I think that he feels like he should be a more prominent part of the lineup, and he's not. Oso was in front of him. I'm telling you right now, Boyd, you can watch the body language this week and then come back and apologize to me. He feels like he should have a bigger part and a bigger role in this team. He got the bigger role this week, but he's already just not quite there. And Brendan said it here, and this is spot on. Nick Richards knows he's one of the key pieces for the Suns to look at moving. And I think that's what's going to happen because the guy just hasn't
doing himself any favors.
I just don't know, and he's actually costing us some value right now with a lack of effort. Couple of huge blocks, they were great. But Boyd, you can roll your eyes all you like. The dude is a 7-footer. A dude is a 7-footer who played 15 minutes of basketball and had 1 rebound and got out-rebounded by 6-foot guards.
Mate,
That is
found
not on.
one little negative thing from a week full of W's.
It's been,
and you've just made this segment so much bigger than it
the
needs
whole
to be.
season, Boyd.
Fucking
Boyd, our job is to identify what's going on out there.
Oh, you got the magnifying glass.
It's simple. He has been the least checked into this.
13 minutes, mate. It didn't go wrong in the end.
He had 1 rebound as a 7-footer.
Okay.
DeAndre Ayton could get a double-double and he couldn't catch.
Okay, mate. I know he got 1 rebound. It wasn't great. But fuck, it's not. The world's not ending.
I didn't say the world was ending. I'm saying he's a long way off, my friend. He hasn't bought into the culture of this team.
I think
he's the one piece. He's the one piece. He doesn't want to contribute in the minutes that he comes in to contribute.
And it's not nothing. He was always on the block, mate. He's always at the expendable piece. So there's nothing new here. All right. Fucking, what's the next segment?
That's fine. Man? That's fine. But the fact of the matter is, no, I'm not letting this. And this is right.
Obviously, you're not.
Rebounding is an effort stat, and he doesn't give that effort.
Okay.
Are you still going to defend him? Are you going to defend his effort this week?
You seen some of the rebounding efforts from Dylan Brooks, who is quite the opposite?
Yeah, but at least he has a crack at trying to fucking rebound. Nick Richards stands under the basket and gets nudged by 6-footers.
Oh, no. Colin Gillespie is shorter again than Dylan Brooks.
There you go. Have a look at Colin Gillespie's efforts on the boards.
No, I'm just saying that it's not. You can't peg the whole lot of someone's effort on one aspect of the game, because you've got people like Dylan Brooks that don't contribute right across the board.
I'm not.
Absolute epitome of what effort.
Offensively, he's provided naught. Defensively, he's provided naught. He just hasn't bought in yet, right? I'm just giving you my opinion, is that this guy hasn't bought into the overall cultural fit of what everyone else has. Jordan Goodwin comes on the floor and gives everything he's got.
Hey,
how about from Nick Richards?
How about you have that opinion, and I'll have mine? And how good was Jordan Ott, in the sense that he had his starting center who was probably pegged to play a lot of that game, and he picked up on fucking Osso for some reason. He knew he was going to have a brilliant game.
Adjustments, mate. A coach that adjusts. Oh my God, we haven't had one of them for a while.
In my bottom.
Jesus.
And welcome back.
All right.
Nice, ladies. Nice.
Let's touch on it. Our record predictions, total wins. Nate, 32. Boyd, 61. Nate, where are we after this week?
I'm not changing. I made my pick at the start of the season, and I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we get more than that.
So you're sticking at 32?
Yeah, I mean, the run home, we'll get into that a little bit later, but it's not going to get very easy between now and Christmas. So I'm glad we're stacking up some early wins.
Boyd, 61
is
your prediction.
Yeah, I'm sticking with 61. I gave you 61 on the premise that we're going to streak and get all them 4 W's this week. So I'm sticking with my 61. That sort of played into my last week's wins, I think it was. So yeah, I'm sticking with 61, and it's a lot more attainable.
I am going to adjust again, and I have been a bit flip-floppy on this one, but this team has impressed me way more than I thought they would. I'm punching up to 35 wins for the year.
All right.
My adjustment has been made.
That's still a playing team.
Yeah, I think we're a playing team. Did you say I was at 33, Boyd?
I thought, no, I said you went up 3 from 32, was it?
I went up 4.
31.
I was 31.
I
started the season at 28. So I'm coming around to your way of thinking, Boyd. I'm closing the gap.
You're just increasing it every time you get a win. It feels like you just up.
Well,
we had
4 wins. Not.
I hate it when girls close the gap.
Oh God.
Fucking hell.
Anyways, I think I don't think anyone in the entire universe would agree with your 34 win prediction. 35.
It's 35. 35 now. 35. But
giggity, giggity, giggity.
Let's go back to our roots, gents. Oh, Boyd's just gone walkabout. Probably need another dump or something.
Is Dano
Let's go
coming
back
back
to
to join
our
us or
roots.
what?
No, there's a reason. There's a reason Boyd left this segment because of the question of the week, the discussion that was in the Aussie Suns Fans chat.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, mate. The question of this week, and the reason that Boyd's run away, that floated around in there. If you're lucky enough to have seen an NBA game, what was your favorite and why? Boyd obviously has not had the pleasure of attending an NBA game. Nate, what was your favorite NBA game that you've attended?
Look, it was a game of no consequences. People will say it doesn't matter because it was a preseason game. One of the earlier times I got to go over was the exhibition match between the Brisbane Bullets NBL team and the Phoenix Suns, and I managed to get in touch with someone there at the Suns Stadium and get resale premium seats. So I was on the baseline next to the Suns bench, right on the end. Managed to have an opportunity to talk with Jared Dudley. Got pictures of Book and Bledsoe right there next to him. And I got to spend 3 games there because I had to buy the whole preseason. But, man, just seeing the Bullets come out, because that's my local team, and play my favorite Phoenix Suns, I didn't think that was never going to happen again. And to be able to sit there on the baseline and then do all the premium entertainment beforehand and halftime as well, that was just an absolute unforgettable experience.
Boyd, we'll extend it. We'll extend it a little bit to include you here, Boyd. Just tell us what your favorite game to watch was.
Can you guys see me? Yep, I'm back.
Yeah, we can see you, baby.
My favorite game, just because of it was the Pacers one, because we really, really, really held them pricks down right up until garbage time. But Book, it's just
Are you talking about this one that's just happened? That's your favorite game of all time to watch?
An undermanned Pacers and an Suns.
I'm just going on this week's games, aren't I?
Yeah, no. Back to our roots, mate. Your favorite game of basketball you've ever watched. It doesn't even have to be just a Suns game. If you're in the chat, throw us your favorite game that you've been to, and a little bit of a story around it. But your favorite game you've ever seen.
One of the many that stick out to me was a game that I think it was a playoff game. It was towards the end of the season anyway. It was against the Spurs, and Goran Dragic was coming up under Steve Nash at the time, and I think he piled on like nearly 20 fourth quarter points to help us win that game. And I can't remember exactly what year it was, but you might be able to remember a game against the Spurs where Goran, the Dragon, Dragic, just dumped on the San Antonio Spurs.
Didn't he have something like 37 points or something for the game?
All up, yeah, but like a lot of it was just like it was the the outcoming game. No, not the outcome. It was a breakout moment for Goran, I think.
So for me, the game I attended that has been my favorite was Game 5 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. I can't believe that was 2 fucking years ago. The closeout game, Game 5, KD Book flying. I got down near courtside. It was the day I met Al McCoy. It was the day I met Tim Kempton, Rex Chapman. Got interviewed on AZ, whatever it is, the Arizona News thing, and met Book. Fair day, that one.
Yeah, fair vote. Good one.
That was and we did. So Dano only been to one game back in April. We were asked, but got to see Steph Curry and have a tour of the stadium. We did break the Spurs hoodoo with that Dragic game. This one's awesome. DW. I was at the Kevin Johnson dunk game under that basket, but missed the actual dunk. Oh my God, that's unfortunate. That's like one of my favorite Suns moments of all time is that KJ dunk on Hakeem Olajuwon. Nash versus Nowitzki in that double overtime, but I was down at the pub. No, Brendan, Book chased me in the car park. I was actually leaving, and he came out and asked for a photo. How dare you, Brendan? This is so rude. Where'd Boyd go?
It doesn't matter.
No,
Keep
that's
going.
probably true. Yeah, it probably is true.
Certainly not adding anything else to this segment.
No, that's true.
And that's how it came to pass. The convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49 wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer. We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
Boyd, who do you want to have a beer with this week? And what type of beer would you like to consume with that human?
Oh man, I want to have a bit. Mate, I want to have a beer of Grayson after his big ass, his big fucking 42. Was it a 42?
42.
Burger?
42
Man,
burger.
10 from 15 from the field. Was it 10 from 15?
3-pointers, mate.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. My goodness. Like that was I like seeing moments like that for Grayson. Especially being that guy that's always the one of the first, because of his medium-sized contract. He's sort of up close to 20 million a year. Him and Royce always get mentioned in trades first because we don't touch the top and we don't even bother fucking around with the shit at the bottom. And it's always fucking Grayson and Royce. But Grayson, having that game, and not just that game, there's been a lot of games around that have been really, really top notch. I want to have a beer and give him a fucking pat on the back and bottom.
What sort of beer are you having?
I'm having a mate. I'm going to put the shandies aside. This is more of a celebration, and we're going to get straight into. He fell over. We're going to get straight into the heavies, mate. Great Northerns.
The Great Northern Heavies, not even the mids. Okay.
And then they're probably not even available in America.
Yeah, probably. Definitely can't buy a Great Northern in America. Nate, who are you having a beer with, and what type of beer?
Let's start with what type of beer, and I'm going to just bitch out and go with dealer's choice. Because last week I said Blue Moon with the orange peel, and you all told me it was a poof to drink, even though Boyd's over here having shandies. So, dealer's choice on the beer. My obscure choice this week for beer with is the Dunker Spot podcast. So the hosts there, Nikias Duncan and Steve Jones, it's a Yahoo Sports podcast, so it's not a Phoenix Suns centric. This is all NBA podcast. Did a full episode purely on the Phoenix Suns. It was titled "How Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns are growing a winning culture." And they got in guest Stephen Pridgeon Garner from PHNX Sports. So not from the PHNX Suns pod, but the sports pod on Phoenix. And it was actually a really good, it was lengthy. It was probably about 40 minutes, I think. But it was just a really good, positive interview to hear from, guys that are on Yahoo Sports contributing their own show to the channel. It's not meant to be Suns-centric. They brought in a Phoenix commentator to back and forth with. And it was all positive. They really didn't have one negative thing to say, and I just thought that for me was just a highlight of the week as far as positivity from not Suns fans. So to the Dunker Spot podcast on Yahoo Sports, you're my beer this week.
Love
I
it.
haven't watched it yet, Nate. I haven't watched it, but anything that Stephen Pridgeon is on and given his basketball analysis on, he's one of my favorite parts of the PHNX pod, and I've been keen to watch it. I haven't had time. I'm going to watch it on my flight tomorrow. But yeah, I reckon it was all good, all positive.
It was a really good pod to listen to. Yeah.
I want to have a beer with the Aussie Suns fans. And for those of you out there, I've now put together the list for this year. I am now starting the planning for the watch parties. It's time to bring the watch parties back. The first one will hopefully be in Brisbane at the back end just before Christmas. So hopefully everyone will be available. But the watch parties are being planned, peoples. They are going to start to roll out. You should all see the dates that we will put in place over the next couple of days, 2 days. And once they're in place, we'll get the invites out for everybody. Sydney, anyone in Sydney that's watching, pull your fucking finger out. You let Boyd and I down badly last time. I've still got a full box of merch and a box of merch on the way. So there's free Phoenix Suns gear. And we all get the chance to catch up. We all get to, no matter what, call Boyd a cunt, a piece of shit. It's great. Even if he's not there, we'll FaceTime him and tell him, we'll make it work. So make sure you're ready for these dates. They're coming, and I'm bloody excited to catch up with everyone again for these watch parties.
And to the Brisbane crew, apologies. Yes, the Brisbane game is centered around my travel plans. This is purely based on back for Christmas and when it suits me. So
it's purely based on Nate's availability, the Brisbane one. So although we did one around the same time last time, and we had sort of 22 people.
Turnout.
It was a great turnout. So hopefully those of you in Brisbane will back that up, and everyone will be there this week as well. Hey, lads.
Fuck that guy.
Who made you sit back and say, fuck that guy this week, Nate?
Well, this week was a fairly positive week for Suns all around. There was a lot of trash talking. There's a lot of positivity. There was nothing but W's on the board. So my fuck that guy this week is non-essentially NBA related. It's AFL CEO Andrew Dillon. Fuck that guy for changing up the AFL finals and putting in like a play-in scenario that imitates the NBA without paying any attention to the fact that it's not a series in AFL, and now there's just two losing teams that are going to get a chance to play finals. Fuck that guy. That's my rant.
No, that's fair. Boyd.
Like a bit of a follow-on from the one last week, and it was just spurred on by a King Nacho comment. And he said PHNX is trash. Now, look, I will 100% agree with that in comparison to our podcast, because we're fucking litty. We're lit. Is that the right cool term? Right? We're litty.
We are lit.
We are lit. We are the littest. And so in comparison, yeah, but if that's anyway tied into still that Gerald Bourget shit with the comments about that guy who died, fucking move on, man. We're in a fucking spot as a team, as a fans of a team who have come out of a really fucking dark place, and let's fucking be positive and happy. So fuck that guy like Nacho if he's talking about the same shit I think he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't like shitting on the rest of the pod community. I mean, it's we've had a hard slog trying to stay positive. Yeah, but you at least you do on social media, not live on the pod.
Cash. Suns worldwide. Fuck that guy too, because I got in there and trolled him when he was guesting on Suns Jam, and the cunt just ignores me all the time. And I know he knows it's me. He just ignores me, and I say really, really clever things like, man, you must be circumcised, or because you're so fucking cool. And I'd be really endearing or ask him, dick jokes. And he just fucking ignores me. Cool. Lighten up. You're circumcised too, are you, Nate? God bless. God bless you and your lack of cotton sock, my buddy. We should compare.
My fuck that guy.
Oh, good old times.
Penis.
Why do we give this guy a platform?
Because we didn't have anyone else in Singapore that would join, mate. Fuck.
I was talking about you, dickhead.
Oh God.
I'm gonna use my my fuck that guy this week as a little bit of advertising for one of our favorite pods and one of our great friends. My fuck that guy goes to anyone who doesn't contribute to Brightside Day to support Suns Jam and the bright side of the sun, to get some kids along to some games. It's like $15 or something. Go on, donate $15 so that a kid can go to a game of basketball that might otherwise not be able to do so. Obviously,
can we get Boyd on that list?
Managed.
One of the unfortunate kids.
Yeah.
It'll get into the game.
I've been applying since it fucking started. You don't want my hairy ass on there. It's for kids.
It goes to a good cause, people. So get on to Bright Side of the Sun. Do a small donation to Brightside Day. Our friend Dave King, who supported us from when we started this podcast, started Brightside Day. It's been picked up and is now being followed through by Mr. John Darth Voiter. So it'd be great if everyone could get on there and just, one ticket. It's all you need to do. If you have the capability to do it, just try and support the Brightside Day. It'd be really.
You don't have to be an American. We've both done
Correct.
it, from Australia.
Yes, so you can do it from outside. If you are Australian, jump on. We'll share the link in the Aussie Suns Fans chat. See if anyone can jump on and support it. But it's for a good cause. I think last year they broke a record for the amount of kids they were able to take along. I think they're going to the Brooklyn Nets game this year. But it'd just be really good if
it's cheap.
Yeah, because the Nets are shit. No, get along or get on to the website. Try and support Brightside Day. It's for a good cause, and obviously, we're big fans of sport in Arizona. We're obviously big fans of the Phoenix Suns, and if some underprivileged kids can get along to a game of basketball, it might be the biggest highlight that they've ever had, and not Boyd, because you'd have to pay for his flights to get over there and accommodation and everything else. And for once, Boyd can fucking look after that shit himself.
Hey, Gav, here's a quick idea, and just off the cuff. Let's do a follow-up segment after the Brightside night for the Back to Your Roots segment with what was the best game you've ever been to. Let's get John or Jay or whoever's at the game, get a photo of the section, and let's show the Brightside kids enjoying the game as a recap to that question in one of the next pods. I think that'd be cool.
Sounds perfect. Make a note, put it in the chat so that we remember. I just really wanted to bring that up at some stage, and I didn't. I was with everyone else where I didn't really have a fuck that guy this week because we're winning. How good is it when we're winning?
What did you just bring up? I missed it.
What, boy?
Quickly.
What?
I'm in the chat as Charles Toys, my kids.
No shit.
My birder. Oh, you got that? Cool. Fucking like the fucking pod. We've got 5 likes in there, and we've got 10 people watching at the moment, and that's a record for us. So fucking give us another 5.
Press like, fuckers.
We're cashing in.
In general, it's just a hard-playing group of individuals. That's how they are built. That's how they're wired. That's what they do on a day-to-day basis.
Come on, let's go, lock in.
Be as aggressive as we can all night long for 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This week in Phoenix Suns basketball, we've only got the 3 games here, gents. Versus Atlanta at home at 12 p.m. on Monday. And for those of you from the other side of the world, we will read these in Australian time, so live with it. Versus Atlanta, 12 p.m. Monday. At Portland, 3 p.m. on Wednesday. And then versus Minnesota in an NBA Cup game at 1 p.m. on Saturday. How do you see the week going? Boyd, let's just get you out of the way.
Hey, so look, Atlanta, a few injuries at the moment. Doesn't fucking matter because they've eaten them regardless. Portland, who the fuck is come on, man. Until they get scooped back, they're not going to be fucking anywhere. So Portland is a W as well. Whoop them fucking cunts. And the last game against Minnesota. So, okay, and Edwards should probably be, have his legs back under him after coming back from that injury. Fucking hell, man, they're going to need it because we're going to fucking put it to them as well. Think that Pacers game. But we've got a lot of beef to settle with fucking Minnesota after the way they pantsed us last season.
NBA Cup game too. We've all highlighted how important NBA Cup is this year.
We play right down to the last minute. This is the type of basketball that you and I love, Gavin, that fucking not fucking, canning the last fucking minute of a game because, you want to be respectful to other people. NBA Cup. So we're going to put some record numbers on these cunts. We've fucking got them. 3-0, baby. 3-0.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at what we've got. You've got Atlanta, which is same record as us, 8 wins, 5 losses. It's got them tied for third in the East, yet we're sitting 7th in the West. You've got Portland. Atlanta are out Trae Young and Kristaps. So Kristaps is day-to-day. Trae Young's out for extended period of time. I'll take a W on that one. Sorry?
No Grayson Allen.
No Grayson Allen. I still think we can take the W on that. Suns culture the way it is. Portland, we really have to take that. So Portland is sitting 9th in the West with 6-6. We really don't want to give them a position closer to us. The inner injuries are Scruton, Matisse Thybulle. I don't think it's impacting, but Portland are playing like we're performing above expectations. Portland are definitely performing above expectations as well. But I think put that one down as a W. The Minnesota one's where I struggle to see the win. I want to because of the importance of an NBA Cup game. Minnesota, they don't really have any injuries. I don't know who the fuck Terrence Shannon Jr. is. They're 8-4, 5th in the West. Anthony Edwards is ahead of Booker on the scoring leaderboard. Devin Booker's sitting 9th in the scoring board. And guess who 8th is? Fucking Austin Reeves. I mean, that's the no Luka, no LeBron effect there. Look,
that counts a looter and a right. Man.
Theoretically, I have to say it's 2-1, but I really want it to be 3-0. I really want that cup game.
Come on, babe. Come on, you fucking.
Oh, fuck it. No, I can't do it. No, 2-1.
Helmet had that bitch. Helmet had that shit. Come on.
Pull your helmet out and get on board.
Good. Get on board. Get on it. Fuck yeah.
I'm interested in this week, given the fact that we have played weakened opponents, as people keep saying. I think this team is good enough to compete with any of these teams, and potentially could beat all 3 of these teams. But, however, I will go 2-1. And I think that the game that we will drop will be against Atlanta. Atlanta are playing extremely good basketball. They have the same level of intensity on the defensive end that we do. And I think our team will potentially struggle with an extended defense. So I think we might struggle against Atlanta. I'm going to say that we'll beat Minnesota, but the main reason I'll say that is when the talk happened about who SG1 was last year with Booker versus Ant Edwards, Ant pantsed Book over and over again. So, Devin, I've supported you this whole way while Boyd's shit on you. But seriously, dude, this is the game. You need to be at your very, very best to show Ant Edwards that you're still SG1. That's what we need in this game on Saturday, NBA Cup game, for us to take down the Timberwolves. That's what we need. We need Armani mode. Give us some Armani mode.
That Minnesota win catapults us into our top 4 finish in the West. Is that the way you see it, Gav? You're saying we drop against Atlanta, but we win against Minnesota?
Well, potentially top 4 in the West this week, but not overall. I don't think we can maintain that. But yeah,
I wonder exactly at what game or what week of this NBA season that, Gav, you get on the fucking helmet head fucking wagon over here.
When we hit our 50th win.
That's probably a good segue, actually, to have a look at the run to Christmas while we're doing what's up next. We'll not go through predictions, but we got 13 games between now and Christmas, 7 home, 6 away. So we obviously got Atlanta, Portland, Minnesota this week. Then we got San Antonio and the Houston game on the 25th of November. That's our time, not American time, is the KD return game. So it's a home Houston in Phoenix. So it's the KD return game. Then we got SAC, which is probably the only easy one on this list. OKC, Denver, LA Lakers, Houston, Minnesota, Golden State, LA Lakers on Christmas Eve. Fuck. That's a tough run.
So good. So fucking good. Can't wait for KD.
That one, yeah. I mean, everyone's circled that. He's gonna get some nice warm welcome home in that one.
He's getting all 3 inches.
I can't wait for Dylan Brooks to be in that motherfucker's pocket. There's a very good chance that both KD and Dylan Brooks get ejected in the first quarter.
It's actually not far from being true. It's easily visible, that one.
So we're there, guys. It's been a great show. Thank you so much for jumping on again on a Sunday. Unfortunately, hold on. No,
you didn't roll around to the highlights or headlines for the week. We were meant to wrap up in the.
Oh, okay. Nate, run through.
There's obviously Jalen Green has been given a timeline, 4 to 6 weeks till he returns. So basically, he's out for 2025. Maluach and Fleming have both been sent to the G League. So we won't be seeing them in any garbage minutes. And the one that came out last night, our ex-Phoenix Suns staffer, Willie Green, got sacked from the Pelicans.
He did. Do we bring him back to Phoenix?
Oh, well, I mean, we'd love to see it, but
I think we've moved on now. Last season would have been fantastic, but not now with the Ott train.
Yeah, Ott doesn't want any of that. He's got his own shit that's working.
It's new.
Are you worried about Jalen Green being out 4 to 6 weeks?
No.
Boyd? I think it's going to be the back end of 6 weeks, by the way. It's going to be I still sit and say that it's going to be 6 to 8.
I think the better that we play, if we maintain this momentum, I think it makes it easier for that to be extended out, Gav. I think the only reason we see him sort of rush back a little bit sooner is if it falls into a pile of shit.
It's hard to say, right? It's like the team. There's so many injuries.
Been ruled out.
There's so many injuries around the league, and it's hard to say because the teams look at the Lakers, for example, that without their 2 stars, the rest of the team has stood up and they're getting a nice little winning run. But you really do risk upsetting that, even bringing back Luka and LeBron. That changes everything. So we learned to win without Jalen, and he showed us in that one game that he could be equal best scorer on the court without a doubt. No, I'm not worried without him, but obviously we all want to see him play. We got one little flash of him. He looked fucking brilliant.
I'll tell you, just quickly, my last comment on it is perfect timing. Perfect timing. The rest of these guys get their confidence up with all the extra touches they're getting in his absence. He comes back. People still haven't properly scouted us with him. And then that just sort of projects us, to fucking win out the rest of the season, right?
And the positivity is back in the house.
All these other guys are just, chomping at the bit, ready to get in there and fucking contribute wherever they can. They're back to sort of earning their minutes again. And we're good, man. We're good.
I think that does us.
Boyd, last comments. Where do we find you?
Oh, mate, looking forward to the next week. I'll be in Perth for work, flying out tomorrow morning. And you can find me at Buds83 on the Twitter, as per I've stated below, at Aussie Suns Fans on the Instagrams, at Fucko on a mystery platform. Come there for all your sensual needs. And, you can find me today wrangling fucking kids.
Nate, last comments. Where do we find you?
No more comments. I've said enough. Hopefully you can find me down the pub later on. I'm looking forward to getting out for a little Sunday day drinking. But in typical Singapore fashion, it starts out the morning, 30 degrees, 85% humidity, and now it's pissing rain.
Of course it is.
At Nicky's Falcon on the socials. Thanks. Been a good week.
At Aussie Suns Fans on Twitter, at Aussie Suns Fans on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all that fun stuff that we desperately need you to do to get our message out there. But this was a tough week. It doesn't happen very often, but Boyd was right. Nate and I have to live with that. Let's hope that it doesn't continue let's hope it does continue next week, because when Boyd's right, it's actually good for the Phoenix Suns. But you know what Dylan Brooks says when he walks out on the court and picks out his target? We're not here to fuck spiders.
Pierre Cardin.
The burst of Booker.
you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up